So parasite, this is an organism that essentially will exploit another organism for its own benefit without sort of thinking about the host organism that it's in itself. So it can either live on or in a host, and it will take resources and nutrition or sort of exploit it for its protection, but at the host's expense. So the host itself has a parasite is detrimental to its health and well-being. So in Wales, it's a big issue for us actually. So there are many parasites across the world, and here in Wales we have our own selection of parasites. So we have lots of things that affect our agricultural sector, our pet, domestic companion animal sector, even human health. So whilst it's less common, there are many parasites that affect humans, but it's really something that we need to tackle to help improve our food production and our animal health and welfare and human health. I'm a senior lecturer at Aberystwyth University in biochemistry, and I focus on parasites. I think the best part of my job is focusing on that combination of research. So I love to do research. I like to work out small details and try and uncover sort of interesting things about parasites. But I also like interacting with students. So I like to teach, and I like to see students learn. So I got to parasitology in a very long-winded way around. I started out as I liked science as a sort of a student in school. So I did sort of a few GCSEs, enjoyed science at GCSE. I then did biology, chemistry and maths at A-level because I really enjoyed those, and that sort of led me into a science sort of area. Went to university to did a degree in biology, so a straight biology degree. At the end of university, wanted to stay in science, so I really enjoyed science, and at that point I felt like I wanted to do some research more than stay in academia. So I went off and did a job for 3 years working on research and working on small proteins and using mass spectrometry. And then I decided to do a PhD because one of the people I was working with, so doing their sort of research with them, had an opportunity, and that was based all around parasites and small proteins. And I had lots of experience in small proteins, and I thought parasites were really cool. And so at that point I started to do my PhD in parasites, and then from then on I've just studied parasites for the last 15 years. It's never easy being a scientist at times. There are easy times when things work first time and it's amazing, but when you're focusing on some challenging research, it can be quite tough. So but that's half the fun, is trying to solve the challenges that you face. So an experiment may not have run as you'd expected, and that's great because that suddenly opens up a world of new possibilities. But they are challenging to make it make sense, and trying to uncover the sort of the small intricacies that understand different processes that happen in parasites. So it's never always easy. There are times when it's very easy and we love doing it, and there are times when it's really challenging but we still love doing it. My main bit of advice for anyone wanting to become a scientist is find the bit of science that really excites you, because if you're excited about something, if you're passionate about something, you learn better, you want to study it more. So there's lots of science out there. There's huge amounts of science, whether you want to be a physicist, a biologist, a chemist. Even within, say, biology, there's a huge sort of array of biology. I like all the small things, so I like proteins and DNA and RNA and metabolites and all these small little things that function. But equally, other people might like whole organisms, so they might like to study how whole animals work. So find something that you enjoy, and once you enjoy it, sort of pursue that avenue. That's the best sort of advice I would say.